Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are good बच्चों. So today we are going to start our new topic बच्चे which is based on unseen comprehension. Unseen क्या होता है स्टूडेंट? Unseen मतलब जो आपने देखा ही नहीं हुआ, ऐसा comprehension. ठीक है, उससे रिलेट करता हुआ है. So by unseen comprehension is mean to grasp the meaning of the passage which you might out have read before. Its chief purpose is to raise the ability of a student to express in his own words what he has understood from the passage. The sections may contain a variety of questions pertaining to details, facts, meaning and other grammatically manifestations. So unseen comprehension के थ्रू बच्चे इसलिए सिखाया जाता है ताकि उस पैसेज के थ्रू आप अच्छे से एग्जैक्ट तरीके से उसका पर्पस क्या है, चीफ पर्पस क्या है, अपनी एबिलिटी के अकॉर्डिंग, जो स्टूडेंट्स है अपनी एबिलिटी के अकॉर्डिंग उसको एक्सप्रेस करें अपने ही वर्ड्स में. ठीक है, और वो कंटेन करता है वैरायटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस को ताकि हम डिटेलिंग जान पाए, उनके फैक्ट जान पाए, मीनिंग जान पाए और अदर जो ग्रामेटिकली मैनिफेस्टेशंस है उनको भी अच्छे से समझते हुए उस पैसेज में जो भी क्वेश्चन होते हैं उनके आंसर को एग्जैक्टली दे पाए. हाउ टू अटेम्प्ट अनसीन कॉम्प्रीहेंशन. सो यहाँ पर समझाया गया है बच्चे कि आप किसी भी कॉम्प्रीहेंशन को, अनसीन कॉम्प्रीहेंशन को कैसे अटेम्प्ट कर सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पर कुछ हमारे पॉइंट्स हैं जो हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं स्टूडेंट. सो फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज हियर, read the passage carefully. If needed, read it 2 or 3 times in the order to make out its central idea. ओके, सो आपको रीड आउट करना है सबसे पहले. अगर एक बार समझ नहीं आता 2 बार पढ़े, 3 बार पढ़े, इस तरह से. सेकेंड, रीड द क्वेश्चन एंड देन रीड द पैसेज टू लोकेट द पॉसिबल आंसर्स. मार्क इन द पैसेज बिफोर राइटिंग द आंसर फाइनली. When answering a question, do not add any fact from your own side, though you should try to answer it in your own words. Ensure that the answer written by you is relevant to the respective question. Answer the questions clearly without any ambiguity, preferably in the tense of the question. Revise your answer finally before proceeding on to the next question. ठीक है, रीड आउट करना है उसको अच्छे से, क्वेश्चंस को पहले रीड आउट कर लेना है, फिर आपने थोड़ी तरीके से उनको पढ़ते हुए रेलेवेंट तरीके से बच्चे उनके आंसर फॉर्म करने हैं और नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पर जाने से पहले, नेक्स्ट आंसर को लिखने से पहले उसको प्रॉपर तरीके से प्रोसीड करने से पहले बच्चे उसको पढ़ लेंगे क्या वो रिलेवेंट करता हुआ है या नहीं है. सो फर्स्ट यहाँ पर बच्चे अनसीन आपका कॉम्प्रीहेंशन दिया गया है, उसको रीड आउट करते हैं. रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो. First, Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809 in a log cabin near Hawes Village, Kansas, USA in 1860. His family moved to Indiana. Arabians received hardly any formal education but loved reading when he could get hold of a book. In 1830, Lincoln's father, Thomas Lincoln, took the family to Illinois. Abraham himself moved out to the family home and settled briefly in the Illinois village of New Salem. Lincoln won the elections as a Whig politician in 1834. He served 4 successive 2-year terms in the lower house of the Illinois General Assembly. In 1834, a lawyer called the John Stuart urged Lincoln to study law. Lincoln borrowed law books from Stuart's and studied them. He sometimes walked the 32 kilometers from New Salem to the Stuart's office for books. In 1836, Lincoln embarked on the briefly successful careers as a lawyer based in the Illinois state's capital to the Springfields. He eventually found his own firm in 1846. Abraham Lincoln married Mary Todd in 1842. In 1846, Lincoln was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives but failed to make his mark. In 1849, he failed to get the appointment as the Commissioner of the General Land Office. President Zachary Taylor, a fellow Whig, offered him other political offices but he refused them. अब इसी पर बेस बच्चे क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, क्वेश्चंस को हम रीड आउट कर लेते हैं. कौन कौन से हैं? हाउ डू यू नो दैट अब्राहम लिंकन वाज बोर्न इन अ वेरी पुअर फैमिली. कैसे पता चलता है आपको पुअर फैमिली के अंदर वो पैदा हुए थे. Give an example from the passage that Lincoln took great interest in his studies though he didn't have any formal education. What was the post that Lincoln refused in 1849? In which year did Lincoln marry and to whom? Write the important events that took place in the following years as far as Lincoln's life is concerned. सो यहाँ पर ईयर्स दिए गए हैं बच्चे, इसी पर बेस पर आपने इवेंट्स भी यहाँ पर राइट डाउन करने हैं। लास्ट जो क्वेश्चन है बच्चे, राइट द मीनिंग ऑफ द अंडरलाइंड वर्ड्स एंड फ्रेजेस फ्रॉम द पैसेज, यहाँ पर राइट डाउन करने हैं। सो नेक्स्ट पैसेज है बच्चे यहाँ पर, रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो। In Center City, Philadelphia, about the mile away from the Sears neighborhood, Dr. Malcolm Crone and his wife, Anna, lived in townhouse with a wide, welcoming stoop. It was neither the smallest nor the biggest house on the streets. It was known by the neighbors and chiefly for the lights and then often burned all night in the Malcolm's third floor study. In a city that called physiotherapist Dr. Crone's name stood out, his success rate was legendary. His appointment book was full of months. Lyons Sere had known about him for years, so had every other parents of a troubled child. Many called him in a panic, and most was politely referred to other therapists with less crowded schedules. But Lyon believed her son needed the best, and she had been persisted 1 month now, and Koch had the appointment to see Dr. Crone, and Dr. Crone had the already interviewed Len over the phone about her son. She knew she had been lucky. Today, Dr. Crone had been honored in public ceremony at the city hall. With all the publicity, he would soon the unreachable. क्वेश्चन है बच्चे इस पर बेस्ड करते हुए, what kind of house did Crone and Anna live in? What did the neighbors of Crone notice? And what was Dr. Crone and what was his success rate? Why did Lyon Sere want to meet him? Why did Lyon think that she had been lucky? Mention any 5 facts about Dr. Crone as you can make out from the passage. नेक्स्ट है बच्चे यहाँ पर कुछ ये भी क्वेश्चंस है, हम इसको रीड आउट तो कर ही लेते हैं। लोकेट द वर्ड्स फ्रॉम द पैसेज विच मीन द फॉलोइंग, टू बी डिस्टिंग्विश्ड, ठीक है, इसका मतलब क्या है, पैराग्राफ 2 में से निकालना है। बियॉन्ड रीच का मीन्स क्या होता है वो भी यहाँ पर आपने राइट डाउन करना है। ओके, नेक्स्ट है रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो। Trees help conserve soils and water. It opens country. Trees act as wild brakes and keep the wind from blowing away topsoil. Their roots prevent soil from being washed away by heavy rains. Trees' roots also help store water in the ground. It mountain ranges, forests prevent sliding snow from causing and avalanches. Forests also preserve the balance of gases in the atmosphere. A tree's leaves absorb carbon dioxide from the air. Trees also provide oxygen and release it into the atmosphere. These two processes are necessary to man. He could not survive in the airs, had too much carbon dioxide or too little oxygen. For 1,000 years, trees have provided man with food. Above all, they have provided him with food. And prehistoric man used wood to make his first spear, his first boat, and his first wheel. Throughout history, man has used wood to make tools, construct buildings, create works of art. He has also used it for fuel. Living trees are as valuable to man as are trees products because they help conserve natural resources. So इसी पर बेस बच्चे क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, ये आपने खुद से करने हैं, रीड आउट कर लेते हैं। How do trees help conserve soil and water? How are trees useful in mountain ranges? How do trees help preserve the balance of gases in the atmosphere? Write any 4 articles that are made from wood. Write and why is this balance necessary for mankind? Find words from the passage which mean the following: to contain, to live and to make the available. So इसको आपने खुद से करना है। नेक्स्ट पैसेज है, रीड आउट करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स। रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो। Nature never did betray the heart that loved her, and says Wordsworth, the begins and soothing influence the natures on human life is unquestionable. We owe our existence to nature in every sense. She feeds and molds us. She nurses and protects us. She is indeed our never failing friend. Naturally, man should take care of her. She must and he must adore to conserve her. However, the reality tells us a sorry tale. Nature offers a serious subjects at the hands of man. Forests are on the wane. The level of pollution due to rapid and aggressive industrialization and congestion is increasing alarmingly. atomic tests and explosions vibrate the climate as a whole. Ecological balance is badly affected. With this comes the questions of existence of different species of plants and animals. This results in the loss of biodiversity of nature. Let us pause and ponder over the dangers looming large. Let us act sensibly in our own interest. We should save nature in the interest of our own survival. क्वेश्चंस बच्चे, क्वेश्चन है इसी पैराग्राफ से रिलेट करते हो. हाउ कैन यू से दैट ह्यूमन बींग्स ओwe देयर एक्सिस्टेंस टू नेचर? Why should man take care of nature? What type of setbacks has the nature faced at the hands of man? How is biodiversity lost? In whose interest is it to save nature? Choose and fill in the blanks with the help from the above passage. The influence of nature's or human life is dash, questionable, unquestionable. Forests are on dash, increase, decrease. Atomic test dash, vibrate, improve the climate, and we should act dash sensibly या insensibly in our own interest. Next है बच्चे. Read the following passage and answer the question that follow. We can enjoy a variety of seasons in West Bengal. However, among all seasons, I like the spring most. It comes towards the end of Bengali year. The seasons roughly last for 2 months. Within the short span, it makes nature breathe a spirit of joy. The spring offers us a pleasant climate, neither too hot nor too cold. The budding flowers and bloom in full splendor. The breezy air carries a fragrance of flowers. Now leaves make nature green and gay. Birds like cuckoo fill all the hole in the skies. In fact, the entire surroundings permeate with new life and motions. In spring comes the holy festivals of Doleta. The seasons in aptly called the Queen of Seasons. I enjoy the seasons very much. Then questions को read out करते हैं बच्चे. When does the spring seasons fall in West Bengal? What type of climate does the spring offer? What happens during the spring season? What festivals come during the spring? Fill in the blanks. Help from the passage. The author likes the dash season most. The spring seasons offer a dash climate. The breezy air comes dash of flowers. The spring season is called the dash of seasons. एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पर बच्चे और भी चीज़ें हैं जो क्वेश्चंस हैं एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए. एक्सप्लेन द मीनिंग ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फ्रेजेस. अ वैरायटी ऑफ, इसका मतलब आपने पैराग्राफ फर्स्ट से राइट डाउन करना है. अ स्पिरिट ऑफ जॉय, ये भी पैराग्राफ फर्स्ट में है. देन होलो ऑफ द स्काई मीन्स यहाँ पे पैराग्राफ 2 में से आपको फाइंड आउट करते हुए राइट डाउन करना है. नेक्स्ट पैसेज है बच्चे. रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो. The study of English as second language in this age of globalization is essential. From the pragmatic point of view, it should receive a great boost, for English serves as a window to the world. It is well known that the legacy of English language has left the indelible imprint of the Indian side. Here, we can't deal with English just as a foreign language. Secondly, the entire spectrums of education and philosophy, science and technology can be better understood through the language. And besides, is a multilingual state of ours, English may wonderfully serve as an effective auxiliary language. A bizarre controversy over the study of English still is, but the move to reach the English and languages right from the first standards gains momentum. So, introductions of English is primary education is a welcome step. It is all bogus and the baseless to fear that the study of English will hamper the progress of our vernaculars. इस पर बेस्ड बच्चे क्वेश्चन आंसर है वो रीड आउट करते हैं. What is essential in this age of globalization? What state of ours favors to use English as an auxiliary language? What controversy is still on? What is bogus and baseless to fear? Fill in the blanks with help from the passage. English serves as a dash to the world. English has left an incredible dash to the Indian psyche. Dash the of English is primary education is a welcome step. Given a suitable titles to the passage. Next बच्चे read out करते हैं. 7th one is read the following passage and answer the questions that follow. Still lines of purpose is the key to success. He who whimsically changes his course of actions will remain and non-entity. He shall have to start afresh every time. Thus, his past experience will be of no use. Beside, a man's calibers and the competence find to escape to develop in absence of past experience. Naturally, the man who changes his trade continuously will suffer most. He hardly earns goodwill. People refuse to trust him. So, it is better for one to seek and stick to one place or occupations. In this case, he will do full justice to his own abilities. His positions will be firm. It is therefore advisable to stick to one goal in the life unwaveringly. इसी पर बेस बच्चे क्वेश्चन आंसर है. First question is, what is the key to success? What happens in the absence of past experience? Who suffers most? What is the advisable to man? True and false statements. He who changes his course of action becomes successful. Past experience helps the development of caliber and competence. A man who changes his trade continuously earns goodwill. A man should strive for one goal in life. Take the right meaning of the following phrases. So यहाँ पर आपने टिक द राइट मीनिंग पर लगाना है. कैलिबर एंड कॉम्पिटेंस के लिए एबिलिटी और कैपेबिलिटी को शो करता है या एब्सेंस ऑफ प्रेजेंस को शो करता है. टू सिक टू के लिए टू रिजेक्ट होता है या टू अडेयर टू होता है. नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ है बच्चे. रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द फॉलोइंग. मॉर्निंग वॉक इज अ गुड एक्सरसाइज. अ अर्ली राइजर कैन बी रेगुलर मॉर्निंग वॉकर and many folds are the benefits of morning walk. In the early morning, everything looks fresh and fine. The atmosphere remains calm and quiet. A morning walker breathes in an unpolluted air, enjoys lovely sights and sounds of nature. All these soothes his soul. Besides, regular morning walks help to form a sound health. Science says that morning walk keeps blood pressure in control and decrease stress and strain and energize one to do one's duties most fittingly. Nowadays, we are here to live a very fast life. We hardly have time to care for our health. Now, if the habit of morning walk is formed right from our early days, we are sure to have a sound mind in a sound body. क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं बच्चे, इससे रिलेट करते हो, उसको रीड आउट करेंगे यहाँ पर. Who can be a regular morning walker? In what type of air does a morning walker breathe? And what do regular morning walks have to form? How can we have a sound mind in a sound body? Enumerates any 4 benefits of regular morning walk. Explain the underlined phrases in the above passages. Then यहाँ पर बच्चे नेक्स्ट पैसेज है, को रीड आउट करते हैं. रीड द फॉलोइंग पैसेज एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो. The other day I was going to my friend's house. It was a hot summer day. The bus I boarded was awfully packed. The bus moved on at a snail's pace. As I got drawn from the bus, I found a gentleman sitting helplessly on the pavements. As I drew near, I saw him panting desperately. I inquired about his health. He could hardly speak. I made a quick decision. Calling a taxi, I took him to a nearby hospital. I made all necessary arrangements for the man's admission. Soon the doctors attended him. I learned later that he had a mild heart attack. The man gradually came round. The afternoon, his relatives of the man came to the hospital. They thanked me heartily, and I was happy to do my bit for an ailing person. The man was cured. He is not a stranger to me anymore. उसी पर बेस्ड बच्चे क्वेश्चन आंसर है. What experience did the author get in the bus? Whom did the author find on the pavements? And how did the authors take a man to the hospital? Why was the author happy? And complete the following statement. The author was going to his dash. The man on the pavements could dash. The author made all necessary arrangements. The author learned that he had dash. Explain the meaning of the underlined phrases को भी यहाँ पे बताना है बच्चे. नेक्स्ट है हमारा 10th बेस पर बच्चे. रीड द फॉलोइंग पोम एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो. फ्रॉग पर बेस बच्चे एक पोम दी गई है प्यारी सी, उसको रीड आउट करते हैं यहाँ पर. अ लिटिल ग्रीन फ्रॉग once lived in a pool. The sun was hot but the water was cool. He sat in the pool the whole day long and sang a cute little dear little song. Q-G-D, no one was ever so happy as me. He sang this song to his little green brother, and if you don't like it, then make me another. सो ये किसके थ्रू लिखा गया है बच्चे? रोज फ्लाई मैन के थ्रू लिखी गई है प्यारी सी पोम। इसी पर बेस्ड बच्चे क्वेश्चन दिए गए हैं, क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, आंसर आपने खुद से फाइंड आउट करके लिखने हैं। वेयर डिड द फ्रॉग लिव एंड व्हाट डिड द फ्रॉग डू होल डे लॉन्ग एंड व्हाट सॉन्ग डिड द सॉन्ग, जो फ्रॉग है वो कौन सा गाना गा रहा था, एंड टू whom डिड द फ्रॉग सिंग द सॉन्ग, एक्सप्लेन द अंडरलाइंग वर्ड्स इन द पोम, यहाँ पर करने हैं। नेक्स्ट है रीड द फॉलोइंग पोम एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चन दैट फॉलो। द सॉन्ग ऑफ द इंजन। ओके, when you travel on the railway and the line goes up a hill, just listen to the engine as it pulls you with a will. Though it goes so very slowly, it sings this little song, I think I can, I think I can, and so it goes alone. But later on the journey, when you are going down the hill, the train requires no pulling, yet the engine singing still. If you listen very quickly, you will hear that little song, I thought I could, I thought I could, and so it speak along. इसी पर बेस्ड बच्चे क्वेश्चन है, देखते हैं। What does the engine sing when going up a hill? What does the engine sing when going down a hill? Explain these parts from the poem. Pulls you with a will, I thought I could. Can you give a new title to the poem? Just try. आप यहाँ पर कोई नया टाइटल भी इस पोम का दे सकते हैं बच्चे। तो इस तरह से पढ़ते हुए आपने पोम को भी पढ़ा, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन को भी पढ़ा बच्चे अच्छे। तो उसको पढ़ते हुए उसके नीचे आपने देखा सबके नीचे क्वेश्चंस दिए गए हैं, तो इनकी भी थोड़ी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे। पैराग्राफ को अच्छे से रीड आउट करते हुए उनके आंसर खुद से फाइंड आउट करेंगे और राइट डाउन भी करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स।